Welcome to He Speaks, I Obey, a podcast of Bible-backed affirmations and reminders for the growing believer. Today's word reminds us that we don't need to figure it all out. We simply need to submit. He already knows the plans for our lives, and His grace empowers us to walk them out. Take a breath and rest in this truth. You are equipped by grace to do every work God planned for you. Today's affirmation is, I am blessed with a God who equips. 2 Corinthians 9:8 says, and God is able to make all grace abound to you, so that having all sufficiency in all things at all times, you may abound in every good work. Grace isn't forgiveness, it's fuel. This verse speaks of divine ability, which is God's power working through us. We often try to plan, perform, and perfect things on our own strength, but grace is what makes it possible to move from striving to abiding. Ephesians 3:20 reminds us that He can do immeasurably more than we can ask or think, according to His power at work with us. We are graced to run this marathon. We can't do it on our own. We need to have God to finish. Grace isn't passive either. It is an active force that empowers us, where Philippians 4:13 states, I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. God's grace enables you to speak, act, and lead with authority. 2 Timothy 1:12 and 1 Timothy 1:12 both point to being strengthened and appointed by God's power. This is where you have to submit to the plan God has for you. Your life, His grace, and power allows you to cross the finish line in purpose. When you submit and stop striving and start receiving, Philippians 4:19 already promises that God supplies all your needs according to His riches and His glory. Nothing can be done on your own. You need God's strength to push you through. Submission doesn't mean surrendering your dreams. It means aligning them with God's will. When we yield, He equips. When we trust, He multiplies. When we obey, He provides. So where have you been trying to do life on your own strength? What area needs more submission than striving? For me, it was my businesses. God gave me each and every one, but I decided it was impossible because not one person can do what He's calling me to do. Without His strength, I can't do the impossible. But with Him, nothing is impossible. I can't go off of my own strength. You can't go off of your own strength. We need to rely on God and submit to Him. So this week, write down one area where you need to yield control in your career, your business, your relationships, or even in your purpose. Pray, Lord, I submit this plan to you. Let your grace empower me to walk it out if it's in your will. Watch how divine ability begins to show up through your ideas, strength, and help. Remember, submission doesn't weaken you. It positions you for power and purpose. Father, thank you for being the God that equips. Thank you for grace that strengthens, fills, and empowers me. Help me surrender every plan, trusting that you already know the path ahead. I receive your grace today. Thank you for equipping and providing everything that I need. Thank you for providing even past what I think. Amen. Carry this truth with you today. You don't have to do it all. Just submit and let grace lead. He already gave you the first step. Start walking in faith and obedience. I am blessed with a God that equips. Until next time.